Howdy, friends. It's great to see you all. Welcome to another edition of Instructor Preview Fiddle Hell. The scary... Oh, wait, maybe it's not so scary. It's not scary at all. We're the friendliest hell that you've ever seen. And today we've got some amazing people, some amazing performing artists here who are amazing teachers. And we're going to kick it off because I'm not going to talk this whole time. We've got Paul Anastasio playing with Tina on guitar. And what do you got for us? What are you teaching at Fiddle Hell? What's going on? Oops, we got to ask you to unmute also before you start.
That again.
Hey.
Tina and I are going to be playing a half-hour concert following a wonderful female violinist from the Rio Grande Valley, Belen. And then I'm going to be doing a couple of swing sessions. You can check my instructor profile, but this is a preview of what we're going to play in our little concert. So here we go. We're going to play a foxtrot. We don't know the name of it. I learned it from Juan Reynoso. And it's a fun little foxtrot. So if you want to clear the dance floor, jump up there and foxtrot. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's one of the pieces we'll be playing at our little concert. And we're going to be playing, in addition to this foxtrot, we're going to be playing a son, which is a 6/8 dance style. This music comes from Guerrero and Michoacan states in southwestern Mexico. We'll be playing a gusto, which is another 6/8 style. We'll play a beautiful little waltz. We'll play a danzón. We'll play a tango, and we'll play a paso. We've got one more piece that we can do, but I guess I got some more talking time. Tina and I went down to southern Mexico and studied this stuff at length. And we've got about 1,000 tunes written down. We've got the sheet music for all this kind of stuff. I wanted to mention, I have a website you might be interested in checking out if you like this music. It's hotlandsmusic.org. It has photographs, it has transcriptions of the sheet music. It's got all kinds of stuff. And if you like this style of music, you can hear on a couple of YouTube channels that I put up, you can hear hundreds of pieces from my main teacher, Juan Reynoso. The YouTube channels are as follows: Juan Reynoso Live and Juan Reynoso Violin. And there's some nice stuff. And then once you like that, you'll really like this, and then you're going down the rabbit hole, as we all know. Anyway, I also wanted to mention that I'm going to be doing a couple of swing workshops with the help of Chaz Justice, who's a fine guitar player. We're doing one on April 16th, and we're doing one on April 17th. Our Mexican concert is on the 15th. You can go to Fiddle Hell and get the details about that. But that should be really fun. We're going to take the old tune Avalon, which sounds like this. I'll show you some of the things that I learned from Joe Venuti when I was fortunate enough to study with him back in 1977 and 78, back when dinosaurs still roamed the earth, just the small ones though. So we're going to play a little danzón. The danzón style originates in Cuba, and this is one, we didn't know the name of it, just like the last one, but I called it danzón de miel, the danzón of honey, because it has kind of a honeyed sound. And here we go. This is a danzón from Mexico's Tierra Caliente. One, two, one, two, three. So if you like this music, I've got tons and tons of transcriptions, about 1,000 transcriptions. Got a lot of violin trio arrangements. And if you want to contact me, you can get to me through Facebook. I'll be happy to send you finale charts or PDF charts for more tunes than you could play in a month of Sundays. So Tina, thank you. Tina Pilione is my faithful, worthy constituent. That's what Charlie Parker said. My worthy constituent. I used to be able to talk, earlier in my. So thanks so much. Fiddle Hell is great. This is really terrific. It's the quintessential making lemonade out of the lemon that hit us with COVID. And you should be really proud. All the people who are working so hard to put this thing together. It's great. I've told everybody I can about it. So let's keep it going. And I'll turn over the mic and the center stage to our next Judy Hyman, is that right?
Well, not quite, but
Thanks so much.
but almost. She's coming up. Thank you, Paul. Oh my gosh, so awesome, so fun. Thank you for working on
My pleasure.
bringing us those amazing tunes, and you've done a lot of collecting, and
Oh yeah.
it's awesome. We're all grateful.
Pack rat style of collecting.
Get it all. Get it all. It's perfect. Well, thanks again. Well, we got to keep it moving because just like Fiddle Hell, we've got more instructors with more tunes and cool stuff to share. So up next, we've got an amazing mandolinist joining us for the first time. We're really excited to have her with us. So please make welcome and give your listening ears to Sharon Gilchrist.
All right. Hey, everybody. And hi, good to see you, Andy. And so grateful to be part of Fiddle Hell for the first time. I've heard about it for years and wanted to be part of it and thrilled to be part of it. And I'm super psyched that I got to hear Paul and Tina. It's just great playing, you guys, and beautiful tunes. I first heard about Paul Anastasio through a bandmate of mine named Josh Martin, who used to go down to Michoacan with Paul and learn Juan Reynoso's music. And I became a fan of Juan Reynoso's music at the time. So you guys are in for a treat if you are studying any of that music with Paul, for sure. Just beautiful, beautiful music, and great work that Paul's done to bring it out and make it available for other people to learn. So yeah, I'm going to be teaching mandolin at the camp, and maybe I'll just play a little bit for you. One of the classes I'm going to do is learning how to just take a basic fiddle tune and start embellishing it and making it sound a little more bluegrassy. And this is what I consider kind of the first step towards improvisation, is learning how to embellish the melody. So I'll do a little bit of that for you here, and then I'll tell you a little more about other classes that I'm going to do. That is just some basic fiddle tune picking for you, clinch, mount, back step, and again, just embellishing the melody a little bit there. And that's one of the classes I'll be teaching. It's taking a basic melody and learning how to dress it up a little bit. And a few other classes that I'm teaching. One is on right and left hand technique, trying to get a warmer tone out of the mandolin, and just keeping that right hand relaxed and getting an even tone across the strings. Learning how to not get tangled up in the strings, and a lot of other stuff in the right and left hand technique class. And I have two more classes that I'll be teaching. One is on backing up a singer, and this is such an important skill, and it can add so much to any jam session or performance that you're part of, and knowing how to interact with a singer to support them and help them bring more to the song versus hindering them or distracting from them. So that will be one of the other classes. And then I'll also be teaching a class on mandolin fingerboard, learning how to play in closed position. Just a really great pattern that's really just foolproof for moving around the neck and being able to play melodies, solos in all 12 keys. So a lot of ground to cover here at Fiddle Hell, and really happy to be representing the mandolin at Fiddle Hell.
Do you want to play us another tune?
Oh yeah, I sure do. what I'll do here is play through a vocal song that probably everybody out there knows, and demonstrate a little bit of the closed position pattern, how that can connect down the neck to an open string version of the same thing. So this is the mandolin fingerboard method stuff that I would be teaching. And knowing that even that closed position fingering will really help open up the whole fretboard when connected back to first position with your open strings.
Thanks for bringing us that high, lonesome sound, Sharon. Yay.
Andy, thanks so much.
We're so glad you're with us, and we hope you out there in the world will join us to take classes at Fiddle Hell with Sharon Gilchrist. Amazing. Well, a quick suggestion for everyone right now in between folks. Please look for that share button on the bottom right. Now, if you're saying, I've got everyone blown up so I can see full-size heads, you might need to minimize it for the share button because Facebook is always changing how it looks and moving its buttons around. But we would sure appreciate if you hit that share button so that more people can join us live. And yes, and I'm going to paste it in the chat in all the places that you might be seeing it so you can find it. If you're confused, you don't know how you got here, now you're here, hit that share button. Go to fiddlehell.com.org. It doesn't matter, and sign up. But next, oh my gosh, how excited are we, Joy?
Super excited.
We're so excited. We were listening to the Horseflies on tape this morning, and so I'm going to stop talking and just introduce to you all Judy Hyman, Jeff Claus. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Andy. Hi, world. How are you all doing? I'm Judy. This is Jeff Claus, and we're coming to you from our house in not so sunny upstate New York, where we love it, and that's why we live here. By the way, when Andy said tape, he meant cassette. So I wonder how many of us still have cassettes. and still have the means to play cassettes. In any case, I'm going to be teaching a class that will be an old-time fiddle tune. I'll be teaching in cross key A. I love, love, love when the fiddle is open-tuned like this, and everything rings and buzzes, and it's so much fun. And so I wanted to let you know about the tuning now, and I'll also ask Andy and Dave to post that on the website too, so that everybody can be ready and not surprised by that. And so we're going to play a tune for you that is an Appalachian fiddle tune called Pretty Little Widow that I learned from the playing of Virginia fiddler John Ashby. And I find it really interesting. He learned it from the fiddling of Clayton McMeechan. And I've sometimes been taken to task for changing tunes around a little bit. I'll learn them from a source, or I'll learn them from somebody who's my peer, and then it just sort of comes out my way. And it really turns out that's how it is for everyone. And John Ashby's is so different from Clayton McMeechan's, and I just love that because I love both of them. Here's John Ashby's.
We're also doing two other things as part of Fiddle Hell this year, or this spring, which is great. A half hour after Judy's Fiddle Workshop, which is on Saturday morning, 10 to 11, at 11:30, we're going to do a jam, which seems like a perfect fit. So you can come to the fiddle class if you're interested, and then you can just march on over in Whova or Zoom to this jam. And what we do in jams is we play moderate tempo, which is the tempo we love to play anyhow. And we play tunes that are fun for us to play, but we hope also pretty accessible to lots of people. We will play in some tunings, but also in standard tuning. Lots of fiddle tunes that we've been drawn to over the years, plus a couple of new ones, just to keep it fresh for everybody, including ourselves. And then on Sunday, we're doing a concert, which is really exciting for us. We're splitting, or sharing, I should say, a concert with Ben Hunter, who's really great. And each of us will do a half an hour, Ben, and then the two of us. And as part of that, we'll do some tunes and one of Judy's waltzes, I think. She's written a bunch of waltzes and a song that I wrote. So we're planning ahead, planning a whole week ahead. That's pretty wild for us. But anyhow, that's what's up for that. And we're excited to do it, of course. One thing, we're asked to say something about Fiddle Hell if we've been there. Judy's been there many years. I've only been actually in person 1 year and excited to come back. But I wanted to say something that isn't often talked about in these little spiels about how great Fiddle Hell is, which it is. And that's that they also give really great scholarships. And for anybody out there who is thinking, boy, this would be an incredible thing to participate in, but, I can't really spring the money at this point, or, I know this young person who's learning how to play would be really excited to hear all this different kind of fiddle music and connect with some people by way of that. There are all sorts of really great scholarship funds available, and one of the things I love about the people who run Fiddle Hell is they're very attentive not only to diversity and equity, but also to really spreading the wealth, if you will, and bringing people in, being very inclusive. And so if you have an interest in scholarships, to go to the website, you'll find a place where you can submit. And frankly, they're pretty easy to get. So don't be put off by the fact that it's a scholarship. If you're interested and it fits your situation, please take them up on that.
I also wanted to say that when we start the jam, because I just wanted to alert you, we'll start it in standard tuning. And I'll also announce that when we're in the middle of our workshop so that people who are having trouble with their pegs have fair warning. And if you're having trouble with your pegs, now is not a bad time to take your fiddle, especially if you're double vaxxed, as I am, to a luthier and get your pegs worked on, or to loop them up with a little something. If you don't have Hill lubrication, just a pencil will do it.
Graphite.
Get your pegs in shape for a little bit of tuning around.
Hope to see you there.
We will see you there. Can't wait.
Thanks for being with us, Judy and Jeff. And I know you mentioned people being surprised by the open fiddle tuning, but you know that you talk about that in your session title and description. So hopefully you're going to get a bunch of people who are already excited about that kind of situation. And
Yeah, but
should
they
know.
just didn't know which one.
Oh, which one? Right. Okay. Well, maybe we could update it to say which one. Let's talk about that later.
Thanks, Andy.
Oh, man. All right. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to keep it moving. And we're really excited to have Ellery Klein back at Fiddle Hell for the zillionth time. How many times have you come? It's been a lot of times, I think. Right?
5, maybe. Maybe it's 5. Maybe not quite a zillion yet. Not yet.
5 zillion. Anyway, I'm going to pass it off to Ellery. She's an amazing Irish musician. And tell us about it. What are you going to be doing?
All right. I'm going to be teaching a workshop on Friday, April 16th, called Basic Fiddle Bowing Technique. And I always had this thing I used to say, which is like, there's like 6 dimensions to the bow, or 7 dimensions. And someone in the workshop last time was like, could you outline exactly what those dimensions are? And I was like, I never thought about it. I just say this. So then I wrote them all out. So now my workshop could be titled The 7 Dimensions of Basic Bowing Technique. So that'll be my cool title in the future. Thanks to whoever put me on the spot and wanted me to name what they all were. I was like, I never thought about it. I just like to say this. So it should be fun. It was a fun workshop last time I taught it, and people seemed to get a lot out of it. So yeah, I feel like I have a few things to say about how to use your bow, which is really the real instrument, right? This thing is just there to do what the bow tells it to do, I think. And then Sunday, April 18th, I'm going to be playing in the Crack is Mighty concert. And if you don't know what the crack is in Ireland, it's a good time, having a good time, not something else. So the crack is mighty. And I forget who I'm playing with, actually. Caitlin Warbelow is going to be there, and 2 other amazing fiddle players who I forgot to write down or be ready with their names. So, yeah. So it should be fun. Maybe I'll just play a little jig, and then I can talk a little bit about Fiddle Hell and then play something else. So I thought I'd do a jig from the Fiddle Hell list, because I always feel like it's nice for people to hear something that's on the list played, normal speed or whatnot. So I thought I'd play the 10 penny bit, which is a cute little, adorable little jig. And I have to make sure I don't go into a mug of brown ale, because I'm always doing that. So hopefully I play the right tune, because they both start exactly the same. All right, so 10 penny bit. Yeah, so I've been in Fiddle Hell a few years now, and it's super fun. I was very excited to do my first one, and I'm always excited when I get asked back. Yay! It's such a great little scene that Andy and Dave, thank you guys so much for putting such a lovely little weekend together. And I have to say, in the fall, I was feeling very zoomed out and sick of Zoom, and I thought, oh, it's going to be another weekend on Zoom. And then I ended up having such a good weekend. It was a break from the normal Zoom, and just go on, and I went and hung out in other classes and took some classes myself and had such a great weekend. So even if you're feeling zoomed out, I can tell you it still feels like a break from the usual zoominess that we're all stuck on right now. So yeah, come on in to April, 15th through 18th? Those are the exact dates. Yeah. Yeah, super welcoming and fun, and there's something for everyone. Any kind of tune style you want to learn is pretty much there. So I'll be teaching, I usually teaching Irish fiddle, but this time I'll just be playing, I guess. So I'll just finish up with a little reel. This is one of my favorites. It's by Ed Reevy, who is a fiddle player from Philadelphia, originally from Ireland. And he wrote lots of standard Irish fiddle tunes. So this one's called Fisherman's Island. Great little tune. guys so much for tuning in and listening, and thanks for having me tonight.
Thanks, Ellery. You're awesome. Thanks for coming back to Fiddle Hell. Must have been fun enough. I want everyone who's watching right now, no matter where you're watching, type in the chat if you've already signed up for Fiddle Hell at fiddlehell.com, fiddlehell.org. I just want to see. Or are you waiting till Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, Thursday morning? You feel the time creeping up? Well, maybe I need to click the button. Well, yes, it's true. We're gonna have a lot of live stuff April 15th through 18th, and you can be there live and interact, ask questions. But of course, you can also watch replay videos for 3 more months after it's done. So if you want to go to an advanced class and it's moving at lightning speed and you're like, what just happened? My face is melting. You can slow it down in the future, which is what I'm going to do at Billy Contreras' classes. I'm going to slow them down. So you can all do that too. All right, next up we have another amazing person, I think, joining us for the... we've got people signing up from BC. All good places. Wow. Okay. Our next person we want to introduce, I believe it is his second time, and he's going to be playing some Latin music with us, and his name is Skye Steele. I'm going to stop talking and pass it off to Skye. What do you got for us?
Thanks, Andy. So excited to be here and super excited for Fiddle Hell. I think the thing I'm most excited for is when real Fiddle Hell comes back, because I have only been to it online, and it was so rad in the fall, which I have been very resistant to online experiences this whole year, and I had an amazing time checking so many things out that I had not heard of and folks I had not heard play. So very excited to be a part of it. I'm gonna play a couple of Brazilian Rabeca tunes. So Rabeca is a fiddle from Brazil that I have spent a lot of time playing, and we'll hear some tunes like this in a concert I'm playing on Saturday night at 10 p.m. Along with amazing rhythm section, Metiana Morales on percussion and voice, and my friend like Mike Laval on bass and also percussion. And we're sharing that concert with Jesus Florido, who's an amazing fiddle player from LA. So we'll do a couple tunes like this on that concert. These are from 2 of the mestres I got to spend time with in Brazil, Seu Luis Paixão and Seu Mestre Salustiano. So I'm going to play along with some records because I need the drums for this music. So here we go. Tira coco, Manuel vai tirar coco pra eu dançar. Vai tirar coco, Manuel vai tirar coco. Manuel vai tirar coco pra eu dançar. Manuel vai tirar coco pra eu dançar. E quando o vento bater, eu quero esperanza, Emanuel vai tirar com esperança. Leva no toco, tira com, eu quero que toque o dia inteiro, onde deve se tirar. Pega o pandeiro e vou varando madrugada, se sentar essa pisar que o toque tá bom demais. Vai tirar com, Emanuel vai tirar com esperança. Vai tirar coco, Emanuel vai tirar coco. Emanuel vai tirar coco, esperança. Emanuel vai tirar coco, esperança. E quando o vento bater, coqueira vai balançar. Quando tu tira um coco, todo o povo vai dançar. Emanuel vai tirar coco, esperança. Emanuel vai tirar coco, esperança. Leva no coco, tira coco, tico, quero que o toco o dia inteiro, povo deve se tirar. Pega o pandeiro e vou varar no madrugada, sustentar essa piscina que o toco tá bom demais. All right. So that's a little bit of what we'll be doing on Saturday night, along with some Latin music in the, maybe more in the vein people are accustomed to thinking when they think about Latin music. We're playing some charanga, which is a style that sort of came out of Cuba and kind of got revolutionized in New York City after the sort of wave of immigrants that started up the music that kind of evolved into salsa in the 50s, 60s. So I'm also going to be doing a class talking about charanga on Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. So those of you who are like, skipping out of work early to come do some fiddling, I'm going to really focus on the fiddle's role in the rhythm section of charanga. And I think if you're interested in learning a new style, it's super fun music. And also if you're just interested in sort of developing another perspective on the role that you can play in a band and sort of deepening your rhythmic impulse and especially deepening your sense of rhythmic polyphony, learning some charanga riffs is a great way to do it. So let's check out, I'm going to play a tune that comes from Pupi La Carreta, who is probably the most important fiddle player of that style. And this is one of his tribute to his great friend Johnny Pacheco, who just passed away a couple of weeks ago. So it felt like a good night to play it. This is his tune Pacheco y Masucci, and goes like this. Se fueron la comparsa, que triste me quedé, que va a llegar la salsa, el alma me volvió, mi vida se alegró, se apagaron tantas luces, pero yo pude alumbrar. A Pacheco y Masucci, en el ritmo nuevo los haremos. Ellos lo supieron conquistar, unieron la rumba entre los cueros y pusieron salsa en el timbal. No confunden más ni critiquemos, vamos a aplaudir y conservar a Pacheco y Masucci. Pacheco y Masucci, ¿dónde están? En la rumba. Pacheco y Masucci, ¿dónde están? En la salsa. Pacheco y Masucci, Pacheco y Masucci, Pacheco y Masucci, Pacheco y Masucci. right, there's a little taste. Thanks so much, and hope to see you all there. Back to you, Andy.
Thanks, Skye. That was super awesome. And judging from the comments in the chat, I am not the only person who thought it was super awesome. Thanks for joining us back in hell. And yes, we hope one day we could all play music together in the same room.
In the same hell.
In the same hell. Well, we've made it most of the way around the circle, and we're going to finish with myself, but also my favorite human in the universe, Dr. Joy Adams.
Always that introduction. I love it. Thank you. I'm teaching a bunch of classes with Andy and a couple of mutual jams. There's a few concerts of note. The Hypnotic Old Time Banjo Concert is one of my favorites. But a couple of classes of mine I wanted to highlight. I'm going to do an introductory class to drop thumb playing on the banjo. If that's something you've heard of or heard and you're curious about it, I'm going to go through very slow and steady, and we'll build it up and get to try it out on a couple of tunes. I'm excited about teaching that. I am also teaching a class I'm really excited about that is called Moving from Fiddle to Cello, Embracing Your Inner Bear. I started on the fiddle myself and just kept getting lower and lower. I switched to viola for a couple years and then finally got to the cello. I was like, this one's just right. But the trip to get from playing an instrument that you hold on your shoulder to an instrument that's rooted to the ground, there's a bunch of technique hurdles, both in the left hand and the right hand, and I've been through all of them, so I'd love to help you out. If you're a fiddle player and you've just switched to cello or you're thinking about it, that's the class for you. And then I'm also going to teach a class called Learn an Outstanding Old-Time Tune on the Cello. I'm pretty excited about that, and it might be a tune like this one. Andy, do you want to play along? Which I learned from a recording from Judy and Jeff over there. But I think on that album, it's called Pork Fat Makes My Chicken Tan. Some other people call it Sally Ann, but it's one of my favorite tunes. It's so great, and it sits really well on the cello. And it's got this relentless groove to it, and that's probably what we'll talk about the most. All right, here we go. It's such a great tune. I love that tune. And then the last class I wanted to highlight real fast was, if I can pull up the exact title here, Your Cello is a Rhythm Monster. Because it is. And you can either ride the monster well or it can get away from you. So we're going to explore all the ways you can use your cello as a groove box to back up these fiddle players here, because they're great, and how to find fulfillment and utmost joy in the role as an accompanist, which is a great place to be in, with a lot of freedom, more freedom than you think, actually. I'm very excited about that. Andy and I are teaching a couple classes together that we'd love to take note of. One is improvising with rhythms with your cat. Wait, where's that title?
Hold on, we need the exact
There you
title.
go. Okay.
Like, improvising.
It's all about that rhythm.
Channel your inner cat. And we promise to have at minimum one cat running around during the workshop, possibly two.
Probably two. And we're going to be inspired by the behavior of our cats and apply that to rhythm. Make sense? Yeah.
If you don't know what's going to happen, you better come to the workshop, and then you'll find out exactly what's going to happen. Okay. What else do we got going on? Let's see. I think, can I jump in and talk about a couple things? We're kind of sharing a slot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Reiner.
Hello. What else? Okay, so I've got some really cool stuff. Starting right off the bat, Thursday, early afternoon, I'm interviewing Billy Contreras for River of Suck podcast live at Fiddle Hell Online. I'm going to ask him how he figured out how to get from not that amazing to like the most incredible triple stop jazz fiddle player in existence, and like the Paganini of the jazz boogie woogie fiddle. But I talked to him a little while ago, and he said all the things that he does, he has been terrible at for ages. And so I think he's going to help get us some perspective on learning and how do we get to accomplish our goals. I'm pretty excited about that. We're doing a concert.
Yes.
Where we play tunes from Rustic Roots, and that's called the Rustic Roots Concert. We're also doing a multi-style jam and the Whomp.
The Whomp.
The Whomp. The Whomp. What is the Whomp?
The Whomp is a lights out fiddle party, and when we're there in person, we all wear blinky disco outfits, and we play fiddle tunes really loud and really quiet sometimes too, and we sing and jump around, and it's like a fiddle rave. Online, we're going to try to recreate that as closely as possible.
Well, there's only one way to create the energy of 150 people jamming together, and that's to go electric. So, electric cello with distortion, plugged in fiddle, and our favorite drummer in Colorado, Darren Garvey, is going to be joining us. And, you know, one of the things that we might do is turn things from fast reels to swampy, crunchy swamp things. So let's try. I was thinking about like old Joe Clark, swamp style.
Swamp style old Joe Clark is great.
Yeah. Do you want to do it in E or do
Sure.
we want to? Yeah. I've been kind of on a let's play it swampy in E kick. So. So, trying to extract all the ooze out of the tunes is
The ooze and goose.
the ooze and goose.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Whomp, really, it's a jam. So we'll be playing the melody a lot of times through, but trying to keep it a little varied, to keep the energy high, and it's not so. We'll take a couple solos.
Wear your wildest outfits.
Yeah, the
If you
wildest
have
things.
Anything neon.
Or if you've got wizard hats, it's time to bring out the wizard hats.
Glowing things.
Definitely. Glow sticks. Tutus.
Yeah, tutus are great.
We highly
Capes.
recommend
Capes are
tutus.
good.
Capes. Yes, all that. You get the idea. It's really a lot of fun. We actually released what we played last time as an album. So if you search Half Pelican, which is our duo, live from the swamp, you can listen to the whole thing. And
You can play along.
that's right. Yeah, it's a jam. So play along, jump up and down. What else? We probably got to start. Oh, yeah. We've got things that we're hosting that you should sign up for.
Oh, yes, there's an open mic night. I think I'm hosting that.
When is
and
that? That is the...
Anything that you want to play or recite or sing.
Thursday.
Would just absolutely love to have you. Just reach out to me. I believe the move is to reach out to me over Whova beforehand, if you can. And I'll put your name on a list. Otherwise, just all the way, I guess, up until the event. We'll take sign-ups, kind of first come, first serve basis.
Whova, of course, is the thing that contains all the link. If you're like, how do I find out the classes? Once you sign up for Fiddle Hell, you get to sign into Whova, and Whova is really like the hotel. Like usually we're in a hotel, but Whova becomes the hotel, and you find all your rooms through there. So send Joy a message there for the open mic. I'm also doing a thing where I've done this before and it worked awesome, and it turned into a monthly thing, your original tunes concert. So send me a message on Whova if you want to share one of your original tunes with the Fiddle Hell community. And I've also got another thing you can sign up for, which is the improvisation masterclass feedback from Andy. That's me on soloing. So you solo and I tell you what to think about, and then your soloing gets more awesome.
I should do that.
We can do that anytime. Well, I think that's probably about it. Other than that, the Saturday night concert. Yes, with everybody. I mean, Fiddle Hell is just such an amazing time, so we can talk about it forever. But we're not going to, because we'd rather you just go to fiddlehell.com, sign up, and join us all weekend. April 15th, that's a Thursday, through the 18th, that's a Sunday, and 3 months following of replays. That's all we got. Any final words, Mr. Fiddle Hell himself, my dad, Dave Reiner? Do you have anything else to add?
Absolutely. We'll see you in hell. It's going to be a great time. So sign up. Let me know if you need a scholarship, and see you online soon.
And and thanks to everyone who played tonight. Paul Anastasio, Tina, Judy Hyman, Jeff Claus, Ellery Klein, Sharon Gilchrist, Skye, Steele, Joy Adams. I'm Andy Reiner. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you in hell.
See you in hell.